Joined now at the intermission by St. John Sea Dogs over age 4, Nicholas Deakin-Poot. Nick, I guess we'll start off. What are your thoughts on the season thus far for your team?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We started off pretty strong. I think we're really finding our groove at this point. We're coming together as a team, and the chemistry seems to be just coming along better and better every day. And you can see it in practice, you can see it in games, and we're finding success when we need it the most.
You're on a team that's still fairly young, and of course you're one of the 20-year-olds. Tell us about your role as a leader on this team.
Yeah, I find maybe my role would be kind of guiding the way for the younger guys, right? And I have 5 years experience, and sometimes they might be able to look up to what I'm doing around the rink or on the ice kind of thing. Obviously, you got to keep a steady head and make sure that you lead by a good example and not show them the ropes in a bad way.
You've come from Ontario to play in the Q, and the St. John has a really strong history of players from Ontario. Maybe tell us a little bit about any differences you noticed between the two leagues your time playing.
There's really not that much difference. They're both very competitive, and they're both really good leagues. I'm thankful for the Q from St. John for taking me in, and yeah, there's definitely different little things. I find the Q might be a little bit free-flowing and fast, and there might be a little bit more structure in the O, but other than that, they're relatively the same.
Of course, new coach in Cape Breton this year, Jake Grimes. He was in Guelph for a little bit at the same time you were there. Were you there long enough to get an impression of him as to what a coach he was?
I was kind of battling for a spot. At that point, it was more of how can I find a spot on the team? Unfortunately, I didn't. But it was a new beginning in St. John, so it was always a blessing there. But yeah, I didn't really catch on all that much, but he's a good coach and a good guy.
Now, of course, Guelph wins the OHL title. How many of those guys were you still in contact with? Was that exciting for you to watch those guys last year?
Yeah, actually, in the series, I came back and watched about a game per series. I was there when they won the title, and it was fun. I probably knew around, I'd say, a quarter to a little bit more than a quarter of the guys still on the team. So yeah, I got to celebrate a little bit with them, tell them all their congratulations.
You're a bigger guy on the ice. I always like to ask the big guys, did you ever have a hard time growing into your size? Did you have any physical growing pains? Because I know that can be a thing sometimes.
Actually, no. I was actually one of the luckier ones that have size because I just always grew. And it wasn't a learning curve or anything like that. It was just always continuously growing into my body and never had to go through a 4, 5, 6 inch growth spurt. It was a nice...
It was consistent.
Yeah, it was a nice height development for me, for sure.
Very good. You mentioned having to fight for a spot in Guelph. You end up getting nudged into the lineup there and maybe making things tougher. You come to St. John and then you end up getting hurt. How challenging was that first year on you? In and out of two leagues, and then you're fighting to stay healthy too.
It was tough, for sure. Definitely going to a new team and then getting hurt. Not really knowing anybody, and it kind of put a blow on the career and stuff like that, but I want to see with the management and the coaching staff here being so positive with me. It was easy coming back and them being so supportive of me, playing my style of hockey, playing my game. It wasn't a hard transition, to be honest, and it just seemed to be... Sorry.
Some of his teammates are horsing around here.
Yeah, it was just an easy transition for me from Guelph to St. John.
Now, that was a rebuilding St. John team, and then I'm missing the playoffs, the same as last year. You're currently holding that last playoff spot. How much of a focus is that for your team this year to get back to the playoffs?
It was definitely a heartbreaker last year, getting beaten out by 1 point. That's our main focus every time, right? We want to get as high in the rankings as possible. We want home ice advantage, but definitely we're looking for that playoff spot. We're going to fight every night for it.
Third time you've played the Eagles. Obviously, memorable night for the wrong reasons on your end. The opening night, you see the 5-0 lead slip away. What have you seen from this Eagles team thus far this year?
They're big, they're strong, they're fast, but I feel like if we play our game, we do all the little things right, I feel like we can take it to them, and I feel like we can come out with the win.
I always like to ask the 20-year-olds, maybe is it tough to focus on your team now? I'm sure you're thinking about the future, maybe what you're going to do next year.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep all the doors open, see if pro contract comes my way or if school's the route that I want to go. I've been contacted by a couple of schools. That'll be interesting what this season lays out for me.
I know in the past you've played a little bit of lacrosse as well. Tell us about your lacrosse career and how much does that help your hockey skills?
Yeah, I played lacrosse since I was 3. I decided to retire in lacrosse at the age of 13 to pursue hockey. I feel like I made the right choice, but yeah, it definitely helped me because hand-eye with lacrosse and stuff like that, and it's just they're so similar in sport, but obviously so different at the same time kind of thing. You just kind of learn from that sport how to incorporate skills into hockey.
Finally, if someone hadn't seen you play before, how would you describe yourself as a player?
Big, strong, fast, very defensive, but also can put the puck in the net.
Well, fans in St. John will look forward to seeing that the rest of the year. Thanks for this, Nick. Best luck this season.
Thank you very much.
That's Nicholas Deakin-Poot joining us at the intermission. You're listening to Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.